Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers podcast. Here as always with Luke and Lee. How we doing, guys?
Good, mate.
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah, so what a weekend. Palace, loads to talk about. Referees, dodgy decisions, incredible goals, loads to talk about. So might as well get started. You lads, obviously, as always, at the game. What do you think?
Well, 3 controversial draws in a row now, and it's getting a bit ridiculous now. Like, it was a fantastic game. As I said, the lineup was really strong. One of the strongest benches West Ham's had in. Like, every week, it seems the bench gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like these red cards are just getting on my nerves. But yeah, we'll talk about red cards after this. But let's talk about the free kick. Unbelievable goal.
Yeah, phenomenal, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Lee said in the review, everyone at the ground thought it was going wide.
Yeah,
And
I did.
Obviously, I was watching it on telly. I was watching it at home, and it was one of them goals where for a split second you didn't realise it had got in.
No. Me and Lee actually stopped. We stopped, and it was like, it's at the bottom of the net.
But do you know what? You could tell if you watch Payet. He normally, every free kick you've seen him score this season, he runs off straight away. As soon as he kicks it, he's running to celebrate. This one, he weren't sure because he waited until it at the back of the net before he ran off.
A wonderful goal.
I mean, they had a 7-man wall. I'm not sure what else you could do to stop him because he's proven they can put it in either corner.
Yeah.
So,
and obviously on the goalkeeper's side as well.
Yeah.
You know,
is that the best one so far for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely for me.
Still United for me. The big key thing for me is De Gea, best keeper in the world.
Yeah.
I just think
the technique.
Yeah, that to
it was
put
like
it
Roberto Carlos-esque, right?
to put it in that corner.
That's the
phenomenal.
only place it could go as
Yeah,
well.
it was phenomenal.
I mean, for me, it's still United. As I said, De Gea and the occasion as well. Quarter-final of the FA Cup at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I think stick one in there.
Yeah.
Okay, saves one.
But actually, I mean, great. It was a sloppy goal to concede. Both goals were very sloppy that we conceded.
The first one was absolutely appalling.
Yeah, I mean, at first, I thought it was one of those sort of whipped-in free kicks.
Yeah.
Didn't see, and he sort of palmed it away. But actually, when you see the replay, it was very
wide, wasn't it? The ball
Yeah. I don't know what he was doing. The only real explanation I could think of is maybe he took his eye off it and he thought it was going in. So at the last minute, but that's that. I love Adrian. I love him. I think he's a brilliant goalkeeper. I would never get rid of him. But that's one thing he's prone to. He really flaps at balls.
Yeah, tries for the camera save.
Yeah, if he wanted to, he didn't. There weren't much he had to do to get that away. All he had to do was put an hand to it. But instead, he did a weird jump. Like, why did he jump? What was he doing?
Yeah. I mean, he's got away with a couple the last few weeks. There was one game where he started doing kick-ups and a couple against Chelsea where he got away with it and.
Although not completely his fault, you have to look at the defence as well. No one tracked the runner. You know, it was poor all round really. But yeah, bad mistake.
Lanzini was really, really good. There was loads of moments where he was dropping the shoulder, sending defenders all over the place. Unlucky not to get a second goal. Really, he had a few long range sighters.
Yeah, he's on a good run of form in a minute. He's scoring quite regularly now as well. So
yeah, he's getting his fitness back as well, and really he's looking good. It's a good time to have all the big players back.
Definitely, we've got some real world class players in now. I know Paul thinks this, and I did mention it in the review about Slav's naivety at times. I think it needs to be covered. What do you think, guys? At this, like sometimes he does need to go a bit Sam Allardyce and go a bit negative with your central defensive midfielder.
It's not even. I wouldn't even say he needs to go negative. It's just common sense. I don't understand. Like, obviously, Valencia was ready to come on before the red card. He was on the sidelines. He was ready to come on before the red card. But as soon as that red card happened, as soon as Ki got sent off, he should have told him to sit down. I don't understand why he carried. Obviously, when he thought, I'm going to make this substitution, he had a certain plan in his mind. Surely that red card changed it, didn't it? You know, like it seemed crazy to me. I don't know why he brought Valencia on. I really don't.
Yeah, we said it at the time that it was crying out for Obiang or Song. Come
Absolutely.
on. Noble couldn't tackle.
No, he was putting out tackles as well, Mark.
Yellow card. Reed was on a yellow card. so he couldn't really tackle. It was crying out for a ball-winning midfielder to come on and break up.
Just someone to calm it down. It needed someone to sit in that midfield and just spray the ball. I think Obiang should have come on a lot earlier.
And you saw that as well. Like when Valencia came on, on Kouyaté got sent off. We were under the cosh a little bit already then, but we completely lost the midfield. Lost the midfield, and we were getting battered. The goal was coming, and then as soon as Obiang came on, we got control of the game again, and it looked like it was us going for the winner.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times now, hasn't he?
United away in the cup, we should have shot it up.
Yeah, United away in the cup, we should have shot it up.
Yeah, Chelsea away.
A few times recently.
I don't like slagging the man off. You know, he's a fantastic manager. He's done some great stuff for us, but maybe that's his little fault that he needs to work on. Maybe shoring up.
Maybe that's a bit of a naivety not having managed in the Premier League before.
Yeah,
you know, possibly. League, and you do have to play for 95 minutes in the Premier League, and he'll learn.
Especially this season as well, with like the refs are just shocking this year. So you've got to be winning by about 3 goals to actually be sure that your game's wrapped up.
And as well, to be fair, we should have had that game wrapped up in the first half.
Yeah.
So if we had have taken our chances, if we'd have had a bit more of a cutting edge, hopefully this will be addressed in the summer. But we are so desperate for a top class striker. We really are. I mean, I love Sacco, but he's just come back. We need a real. If we had a top class striker this year, we'd be top 3. Really, we would.
Saka worked his socks off on Saturday, but that header he missed, you got to put him away. I think.
Yeah.
Just going back slightly, even before the red card, we were very sloppy in the start of the second half. I think it was an Antonio did a dodgy back pass. I mean, and the red card came about because Kouyaté miscontrolled the ball.
Yeah.
We sort of came out a bit naive, a bit sloppy. Palace were a better team before the red card.
Yeah.
So something else to learn from. We're not guaranteed a win just because you are winning.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Right, guys. So let's move on. On red cards, obviously, I think it was Lee that informed me of this, that it's actually the 3rd red card we've had rescinded this year. That is ridiculous.
It is.
Because we don't get the 2 points back, or we don't get the 3 points back.
Luckily, the
I might be wrong. Sorry, Lee. Sorry. I was going to say, is that not every straight red now we've had that's been rescinded?
Yeah, no ball at Liverpool, which thankfully didn't matter. And then 2 for Kouyaté
twice.
Again, the other one didn't matter because it was Blackburn. And then, this one. Just the standard of refereeing.
And that's got to be nearly a record, surely, to have 3 red cards rescinded in a year. It's ridiculous.
I was jokingly saying, I mean, people are saying there's a theory that they don't want teams like West Ham breaking into the top 4.
I agree with it now.
And the thing that's in my mind is, do they hate us getting that stadium for nothing? Or the Premier League?
It's just, we discuss it nearly every week now. It's just, I don't think they want the apple cart upset. I know this all sounds conspiracy theories and all that, but
it's true.
I genuinely believe it.
I can't remember. I don't know what paper it is. Is it the Express that do it? The table of the incorrect decisions, and we're at the bottom. Who's at the top? Man United.
Yeah,
there you go.
They've benefited. I think because it does how many decisions you've had wrong against you, and then how many decisions you've had wrong for the other team that was playing you. And I think Man United. This is just off the top of my head, but I think Man United have had 14 incorrect decisions in their favour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I see another table today, actually. I think it was in the Mirror or the Sun. It's chances off the woodwork and decisions. West Ham would be 3rd if decisions were correct and woodwork, etc.
And even just forgetting the red card, the last 3 games have been decided by poor refereeing. This is the United one. We should be in the semi-final of the Cup.
Yeah.
The Chelsea one.
Oh, shouldn't have been a penalty.
Bobby Madley in the Chelsea game just had a shocker, absolute shocker. And then, but I mean, he probably, I didn't look it up, but I think he probably worked again this weekend in the Premier League. No punishment.
It's about time that refs become accountable for their decisions now. They need to be doing post-match press conferences where they say, I did this and I was wrong, or I did this and I think this. Because,
they're not accountable at all. And the managers can't even complain about them because if they do, they get fined.
Yeah, but then managers lose their jobs on that.
Yeah. And
clubs lose their place in the Premier League. And like our next topic, which we'll cover, is we potentially have lost our top 4 place now, our chances of getting there.
Yeah,
so
I think so. After that result, I don't think we'll get top 4 now. It's obviously anything's possible, but
If we beat, forgetting the chances of doing it or not, just if we beat Arsenal, Leicester, Man United, we've got one hell of a chance.
Oh yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
they're massive ifs though. I don't think we've got a chance of beating Leicester.
No,
Arsenal, I don't think we'll beat either. I think I could see us probably losing to Arsenal and drawing with Leicester. So no, I'd say now we'd be more worried about looking over our shoulder than looking forward. To be honest with you, because them teams just behind us now, are starting to creep up.
yeah.
So,
And oddly, I mean, top 4 would be brilliant, top 5 would be brilliant, but I mean, to go back to it, I don't really care. I'd still rather win the FA Cup. I mean, I'd happily finish 8th and win the FA Cup.
Well, you said, didn't you, to me at the weekend that you would happily lose every single game now if we won the FA Cup?
Yep. We're safe. We're going to move to the Olympic Stadium, a Premier League side, and let's move there. FA Cup winners, and then we'll be in Europe anyway.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, so yeah, I think top 4's over. Like you say, if we beat Arsenal, you sort of get that little bit of hope. But yeah, I think that's over. Let's move on to Arsenal, guys. Obviously, still a massive game. It's not as massive as it would have been if we would have beat Palace. But yeah, exciting one. A little bit nervous. I don't want them to have the last team to beat us at Upton Park because they could well be. What do you think, guys? I think we desperately, just before Lee starts, sorry mate, desperately need a right back in there this week. It's been fun, Antonio, but it's time to put a decent right back in there.
And both Tompkins and Byram are apparently available. So, I mean, I play Byram personally. It's his position. Tompkins, it did well, and he's more experienced, I know, but he's not a right back. He's a centre half. And playing against a team like Arsenal, when they're vulnerable at the back, so you're going to be under the cosh quite a bit. And when you get your chances, you want your best players going forward, and to have Cresswell and Byram banging on from from fullback, you don't get that with Tompkins.
Yeah.
Did you change the centre halves?
Reed made a bad mistake against Chelsea. Obviously, he chested it down, considered a free kick, should have whacked it away. And him and Ogbonna, I think Ogbonna got the blame, didn't he, for the equaliser on Saturday?
Ogbonna kind of missed his clearance, didn't he? He just kicked it out.
I'd like Ginge to go back in. It's a
Depends
sort of game.
if Giroud's playing. I know you can't. You have to pick the teams at the same time, so it's possible to tell. But Giroud, you want Collins, I think.
Yeah, Iwobi.
If they're playing Welbeck, Sanchez, and I don't know, Iwobi, Reed and Ogbonna, I think, are the best pair.
Yeah. It's good to see Coyote's available though. There's someone bossy in midfield.
Yeah.
Noble will put a shift in. But yeah, I'd like to see Antonio back on the wing, hopefully.
Yeah, and
he's getting a bit of harsh treatment, but you got to remember he's filling in at right back. He's a right winger.
Yeah, and you could see actually on Saturday that he don't want to be at right back. He spent most of the game playing as a right winger. That's where his natural instincts take him.
He wants to be in there in the goals, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's a massive game. We're heading into Arsenal's time of the year, aren't we? They're at the Champions League, and all of a sudden they become world beaters again.
Yeah, going at 8-9 game win streak. Yeah. Yep.
They had a good result, obviously, on Saturday. Or probably Watford have probably got one eye on the semi-final themselves, so wouldn't be too much into that, I don't think. But
but have we got one eye on that Man United game now as well?
I think almost certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to call, but I can't see us beating Arsenal Saturday.
No, I can't. I would take 1-1, 2-2. I can't see us. I think they've just got goals in them again at the minute. So the pressure, like you say, they get to a point where the pressure's off, so then they just start playing attractive football again, don't they?
Yeah.
So what's your predictions, boys? Obviously, I'll be back with my preview later in the week for this game, but what are we saying?
Heart says we'll get a draw. Head says we'll lose 2-1.
I'd like to think that we'll get a draw, just because I'd love us to stay unbeaten at home until the end of the season. I'm going to say 2-2.
Yeah. I will say 2-2. I think I'll go with that. I can see Payet scoring again. Their goalkeeper's only about 5'10", isn't he? A spinner.
Is Czech still not fit?
I don't know, mate, but I know Osben has been playing the last few games, hasn't he?
Just who would you play up front? Continue with Sacco?
Yeah, because I think the pace, he's decent up there, isn't he?
Yeah, I think you'd need to. I mean,
I don't know.
there's a shout for
game. That's
there's a shout for Carroll. There is a shout for Carroll.
Because set pieces, that's their weakness, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what Slav does.
I mean, Carroll's our only centre forward to have scored in the last however many games, 5 or 6.
Coyote's got a good record against him, actually. When I was doing my research for the preview, he scored in the last 2 games against him. He scored in the Upton Park one and obviously at the Emirates earlier last year. Yeah.
But when we play Arsenal, it's not one of them where I think we have to score first, because I think they're vulnerable to conceding.
It's always a great game at Upton Park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We usually lose.
Yeah, but it's always entertaining. 3-2s, 4-2s. Yeah.
It's a shame it's an early kickoff, actually, because the atmosphere will be crap.
Yeah.
But,
okay. Just on that then, guys. So, what's your final prediction for finishing place? Has that changed, Paul, since Saturday? Obviously, you said third.
Yeah, I predicted us to finish in the top 4. Obviously, that's changed now. I'd still be happy with top 6. So I mean, and I think we probably will still get top 6. I'd say we'll probably finish 5th or 6th now. More than likely 6th, to be honest.
Which is a great season, isn't it?
Oh, a fantastic season. Fantastic season. Although I do think this will be a season, depending on what happens in the future of the club, this could be one of them seasons you look back on and think, what if?
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look at some of the transfer news this week, guys. Obviously, coming out this week is that Emenike, Song and Moses will not be staying at West Ham past the end of the season.
Which I have to say, we did mention in our podcast last week.
Mm-hmm.
So
what we saying then?
Jock.
Happy with that?
Yeah, it's not a massive. I mean, Song's well done the pecking order now. Such a shame because the guy's got so much talent. He just doesn't show it regularly enough.
He's too casual, isn't he? He's too.
I like Song. I like Song, and when you see, obviously it was just a testimonial, but in Mark's testimonial, you know, he got to show a bit what he was about, and he showed his class. You know, it is a shame. I would have liked to have seen Song stay on, but I guess, you know, the club probably looked at it and thought, well, he's not first choice. The wages that it'd be on, it's not worth doing the deal. So, you know, you have to trust the club on that. Emenike is a shame because after his 2 goals against, was it Blackburn?
Yeah.
After that,
push on.
Yeah, you thought, oh yeah, he could push on now, but he hasn't really done anything since. He works hard, you know. I like him. He works hard, but he's not obviously good enough to warrant signing permanently. So I think that's fine. And then Moses has lost his place to Antonio, and you know, I'm happy with that. Antonio should be being developed.
Yeah, and obviously we're linked with your, like we said last week, we're linked with your tours and people like that. They're better players than Moses potentially. You know, Moses done all right, but yeah.
He blows too hot and cold for me, Moses.
Yeah.
1 week he could be. I mean, that game when he scored against City, when we won, City played brilliantly well, and the Newcastle match he played really well, and then nothing.
Yeah, it blows hot and cold.
And you think the money that Chelsea would be after for him would be more than he's worth anyway.
And I'm always wary of, actually it's irrelevant because I haven't qualified, but signing players that disappear for the African nations, I'm always a bit wary of that as well.
Definitely. Obviously, it's not official on the official site yet, I don't think, but that Tony Martinez, who we mentioned last week, I think, there are some leaked pictures of him signing a contract at West Ham, so that's a young striker, is it?
Striker, yeah.
He's got an unbelievable record, isn't he, from what I've seen?
He's got a very good record for the youth setup, and he's a Spain under-19 international, which is obviously promising. So yeah, I mean, I don't. He looks like he's probably one for the future. I think it's 2.4 million.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll see him. We'll see him start for any time soon. But yeah, it's good to be signing promising young players.
A new name in the hat, guys. I know we talk about this every week. Ibra, Benteke, A new name that come in the hat after the podcast that went out last week was Bonnie. What are we saying about that?
If we ended up at the end of the next transfer window with Bonnie and Benteke, I'd love it.
Yeah,
It's the next step up. you can't just go from all right. We want Ibrahimovic, but we're not going to go from Carroll, best player in the world, to Ibrahimovic, are we? I don't think. So that
it's the next step, isn't it? Like what Everton do, you know, when they used to pick up the old Man United players and just gradually tick over. Yeah, Bonnie and Benteke, I'll be well happy with that. I'll be well happy with that as the next step.
Yeah, I think they're two. I think it'd be a case of one or the other because they're very similar players.
But they're monsters, two monsters.
Yeah. But I mean, we only play one up front anyway.
Yeah.
So then you've got Bonnie, Benteke. I'm assuming Carroll will probably leave, but if no one buys in, then we've got Carroll as well. That's 3 big men for one spot. Then you've only got Sacco, really, as a smaller mobile striker.
Yeah, so, really, you need a pacey one and a Benteke or Bonnie.
Yeah, and I think that's what we'll see in the summer. I think that's what we'll see. We'll see the big man, maybe Benteke, and then I think we'll see like a Lacazette, someone, or a Batshuayi, someone like who's a bit more mobile.
Yeah,
you know.
Definitely. Any other news, guys? Any other news that's come out of the club? I like the actual, just not transfer news, but just news in the week. Those screens look amazing around the stadium. If you've seen the pictures that come out this week.
Well, they're not. It's I don't know, because I was reading more about it. Like last night, actually, I was reading about it, and it's only one screen at the front.
Oh.
If you see the pictures, you've got it's the crest, and then it looks like Paye and probably Noble, I think it is. That's a screen, and that's apparently going to be one of the biggest screens in Europe, 80 meters or something. But that's the only actual screen. The rest of the wrap going around the stadium is going to be cloth. It's just a cloth wrap, and apparently it's going to be backlit, so it will be lit up, but only at certain sides of the stadium. The west side of the stadium, I don't know why, there must be some reason for this, but the west side of the stadium is going to have no wrap whatsoever and no lights whatsoever.
I suppose there's no... Yeah, possibly. Or there's no actually walkway there, is there? Like the walkway is sort of that way and then comes in at the sides.
That for that park I saw the planning permission documents last night, and for that part of the stadium there's nothing. I think it looks alright still, but it worries me the quality of it, because it's just going to be cloth printed, and apparently it has to be. Apparently they have to be changed every 5 years. It's not very durable.
So, was there any other news from the club, guys, that you can think of? No. All right, guys. So, best and worst, right? Obviously, there's only a few weeks left of the season now. So, we discussed it, me and Lee, that we're going to start a thing where we gradually build our best 11 through the years that we've seen. What should we do? Just our lifetime?
Yeah.
So, just so sort of early 90s to now, our best West Ham Fantasy 11. We'll do it over the weeks, and we're going to start with best and worst goalkeepers, guys.
Well, I'm going to throw in the one that I want in there, and we'll go from there, shall we? So, Robert Green.
Yeah. Great goalkeeper. He was one of the major players of us staying up during that Carlos Tevez era. Fantastic guy. I think he got a little bit greedy towards the end and wanted out of the club. And obviously, was it when he wanted to come back? Didn't he want 60k to come back? But apart from that, wonderful goalkeeper. I think killed by the England team in that performance in USA.
Yeah, saved us on countless occasions. Really seemed to get on with the fans. Yeah, lots of good. And as you said, the USA match just ruined him.
For me, I'd put forward Ludo.
Ludo's fantastic. It was great to see him actually. Martin Noble testimonial, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think he saved a penalty, didn't he, as well in that?
Go on.
No, the other one I was going to throw him was Xhaka.
Yeah, Xhaka has to go in. Great guy. Obviously broke his leg, didn't he, when he was at West Ham? Came back strong. 2 occasions at the club he had, didn't he?
Yeah.
Should he have saved that Gerrard goal?
Sorry?
Should he have saved that Gerrard shot?
Do you have to bring that up? Why do you have to bring that up? Why do you have to talk about that? No, I don't think he could have saved that.
Right, so they're sort of the best ones, guys. Obviously, we will pick which one we're going to put in our 11. But let's just go through a few of the worst. I'm going to list off just ones that I've remembered. I'm going to start off with who I think's the worst goalkeeper I've seen at West Ham so far, Sasa Ilic.
Yep.
Played 1, maybe 2 games for us, and conceded about 6 goals over them 2 games.
Yeah, it was Everton. It was his debut. I think
Lost 4-0, Nicky Barmby hat-trick, I believe.
he signed on an emergency loan because I think Xhaka got suspended or something and went in. Yeah, he was shocking, as was Richard Wright. I think played once.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
yeah. Richard Wright, wow.
And stealing a living as Man City's 4th choice goalkeeper.
Yeah.
What
And I
about?
Sorry,
go on.
just another one on the best list because he does deserve a mention, guys. Jimmy Walker. I think Jimmy deserves a mention for his championship season. I think he did a good job for us in that year.
To be honest, you could probably make a case for Adrian as well. You could make a case for.
I was about to say,
Yeah. Adrian has to go in there definitely.
tell you what, if we win the FA Cup this year, it's Darren Randolph.
Yep, Randolph has done a very good job.
At Anfield, in the replay actually against Liverpool as well.
Going back to the worst, what about Stephen Bywater?
There you go. I've written that down. Well, he was a young pup forced into a team where Xhaka was obviously the lead man at the time. But yeah, I don't know where he is now. He definitely has made a career for himself. He's definitely had a few clubs over the years. He's probably approaching that 35 mark now, isn't he? Yeah, I think he's just a young kid and he was forced in at a wrong time. You know, goalkeepers don't really come into their own until they're at least, 27? A good goalkeeper now.
Yeah, I think he's early. I think getting into the team so early, I think ruined him, actually.
Some other names I've got on here, guys. Bernard Lamar.
I thought he was alright. I thought he was pretty good.
Keeper. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
I mean, he was like 38 or something, wasn't he, when he came to us?
Yeah, he was a World Cup winner, wasn't he, when he came to us as well? Had his drug problems,
scandal,
allegedly.
yeah. But no, I thought he was a decent keeper,
Yeah.
David James hasn't been mentioned. He was obviously a great keeper for us.
Yeah.
David James is on my list here. Very
We've done
good.
well, to be honest. We've done well for keepers over the years.
Does anyone remember Ian Fuhr?
Massive bloke.
guy. Oh, another guy. Sorry, guys. Craig Forrest.
Yeah, I was about to say Craig Forrest.
He did a job, didn't he? He wasn't the best goalkeepers in the world, but he did a job. Some honourable mentions, guys. Henry Lansbury, who filled in.
Cole Jenkinson against.
Jenkinson has also
Leicester,
filled
wasn't
in
it?
goal.
Yeah.
I think Julian Dix has also filled in.
I think John Kerr had a...
Oh, what was the name of the... it was 17, Finn. Stephen Finn. He played when Ludo got sent off, he came on and made his debut at 17. It was Stephen Finn. It's definitely Finn.
Any others, guys? I'm trying to think now. I'm racking my brains.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are a couple we're missing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's one that I've got... Oh, who did we get? What was his name? From Arsenal.
Oh, yes. What was his name? Oh. Yes, what was his name, Stone? Come on, you should know.
Arsenal?
Yeah.
French goalie. Almunia?
Yes. Manuel Almunia.
Yeah, Italian. Yeah.
Oh, Italian, sorry. Do apologise to any of our Italian viewers. Yeah, he was shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, he covered Rob Green, didn't he, when he was injured?
Yeah.
In ship.
So, let's go through these few and give them a rating out of 10, and then obviously we can pick our best goalkeeper. Right, I'm going to start with who I've got top of the list. Ludo, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Or an 8? 8?
No, I'd say a 9. I think he was one of the best goalkeepers in the league, no doubt, when he was playing.
Yeah. Okay, Xhaka.
I love Xhaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met Xhaka
But not,
as well. Nice
not
guy.
quite on... I don't think he was as good a keeper as Ludo.
No. I'd give him an 8.
An 8, 7.58, yeah.
Yeah.
David James, very mistake prone.
Very mistake prone, but he was a very good shot stopper.
Yeah.
And he stayed with us for half of the season, didn't he, when we went down till he went to Man City.
I'll give him a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7. What about Jimmy Walker then?
Again, he only played for sort of half a season, didn't he?
Yeah. I would give him
I'll give him a 7 as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to give him more than that.
Are we only doing the good goalkeepers, yeah? Or do you want to chuck in the other ones like Ian Fuhr? He did a job when he was there. 6 out of 10. Illich, 3.
I would have said 5, to be honest. I would have gone middle of the road, bang, 5.
Stephen Bywater,
6.
Yeah.
6. Yeah, he was a young pup, wasn't he? In fairness to him. Who else we got here? Bernard Lamar. I thought he was a good, solid goalkeeper, World Cup winner. 8.
No, I wouldn't give him that high
5.
for us. I'd give him a 7.5. I'll put him about the same as David James.
Forrest, Craig Forrest.
5.
5. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What about Rudy Buffon?
I think he played twice, didn't he? He played against Sheffield Wednesday. I remember that in the cup.
Yeah.
Robert Green.
Oh, Greeny, yes. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Green for me.
You get an
8.5.
8.5, yeah, 8.5, yeah.
He's more. He's equal, if not better than Ludo, in my opinion.
I don't think he's better than Ludo. I don't think he's as good as Ludo either.
Again, I was a bit young for Ludo. Like I was probably about 10 when Ludo was playing. Was Ludo mistake prone? Like, I don't know. I've not seen enough of Ludo to compare fully.
Rob
By
Green.
all accounts, he was a fantastic, like, very consistent goalkeeper.
I think he was a bargain, Ludo. He was signed for absolutely nothing, wasn't he? I think came out of nowhere.
Obviously, the Man United game sticks out, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I was about to say.
Single-handedly kept Man United out. Current goalkeepers, guys. Adrian.
7, 8.
I'd give him an 8. It's hard because of the mistakes he's made recently. That sticks in your mind. But if you think about what he's done all this season and last season, it's been incredible. He's an incredible shot stopper.
Doesn't he
Incredible.
have the penalty record as well?
Yeah,
Is he like the current Premier League penalty saver?
4 in a row or something.
He's
yeah.
got fantastic reflexes. I wish he would catch a ball a bit more. He loves to punch. And he is prone to the odd flap.
That's back to Rob Green as well, actually, in regards to penalties. Was there not a period where he was
Yeah.
He
7
was
in a
very good
row?
at saving penalties. Yeah.
Yeah, he even saved like Ronaldo's penalty as well, if I remember at the time.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. Randolph, purely on his performances, 7.5, I would say. What do you think, guys?
It'd be interesting to see what it'd be like if he was number 1.
Yeah, I
He
think
does
he'd
well
be.
because playing for his place.
I think it'd be a good number 1. I'd probably say 7.5, 8. Yeah.
Right, so who's going in fantasy West Ham 11 then, guys? Obviously,
Well, I think it's between Ludo and Green, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Are we going to do it democratically?
Right.
Yeah, it's Green for me.
I'll vote for Ludo, so it's up to Luke.
I'm sending it to the public vote. No, I'm joking. Purely on the fact that he coached Green and has delivered, obviously, some great goalkeepers over his time coaching.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing Ludo as well. I'm sorry, Lee.
No, I think that's a fair point to mention that he was obviously a coach. So.
Obviously, yeah, he's passed on his abilities to your Greens. He was Adrian's coach for a little while as well. Very well respected.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think Ludo goes in. Rob is my sub goalie then. We'll go Rob as sub goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Lee, you
Can I
lost.
just say, did Ludo have the impact that Green had in them 6 months? When everyone was banging on about Tevez, Rob Green was the star of that end of that season. We would have went down.
No, I'm not going to deny it, mate. I'm not going to deny it. During that period of the Great Escape, he was phenomenal. At Arsenal, the Emirates, where we beat him for the first time, absolutely incredible.
Who did more for the club?
I don't know. I've met Rob Green. You met Rob Green as well, didn't you, Paul?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, funny enough, there's no photographic evidence. Strange that, but no, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Lee, it is tough. It's going to be tough all the way through. When we go through, obviously next week we'll do the full backs, left and right backs. Like left and right backs next week. That's going to be really hard. Like, how do you pick between Stuart Pearce, Julian Dix, etc., etc., etc.? It's going to be. We have to make some tough calls, and yeah. For me, Ludo, Paul's gone Ludo, you've gone Rob. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So our best goalkeeper, guys, is Ludo. What do you think? Give us your goalkeepers this week only, please.
Yes. Putting it out on Twitter as we speak.
What, best goalkeepers, yeah?
A poll out between Green and Ludo.
Okay, guys. Vote on that poll and we'll reveal the results next week. Let's go on to fan questions, guys. Let me just get it up. Okay, first question, guys. Helen Ludlow. We sort of covered this a little bit last week, but as she's first question from Helen, we will answer this question for you, Helen. Apart from Song, Moses and Emeneki, who are believed to be letting go, what other players do you think will be leaving? She thinks Samuelson, Poyet, Hendry.
Are we talking about on
Henry,
loan or?
Hendry. Sorry?
Are we talking about on loan or sold? Because there's no way Samuelson,
Well, just
for example,
letting
will be
go,
sold.
like, what do we think of the players she's mentioned? So that's Samuelson, Poyet, Hendry and Henry.
Samuelson's going
Would
nowhere.
I be given a
Samuelson,
chance?
yeah,
First
Samuelson's
team?
I mean, he'll go on loan, I think.
Yeah, he's going nowhere. He's
So-
going nowhere. He's a potential superstar. We've got
Stephen Hendry was linked with Celtic in the week, I saw.
I believe he's coming out for the Embassy Championship at the end of the month as well. Yeah, problem cheer. Poyet, it's a shame. He looked like a good player. I think we said that last week. Don't think he's going to get given a chance now, guys. What do you think?
No, I mean, I quite liked him actually the few times.
No, he looked like
liked
a
him,
nice ball-playing midfielder, yeah.
I think.
And he did
I
all
think.
right
What?
he played,
Sorry, Lee, go on.
I was just saying he played in the Europa League games, didn't he, at the start of the season?
Yeah, he was a steady, nice player. He looked really nice on the ball.
I was going to say it wouldn't surprise me to see something similar happen next season as well, where I think he'll be given pre-season to sort of see what he can
What's
do.
about,
and
yeah. And obviously, last one, Donny or Henry.
I can't see
Doesn't
him
look
staying.
like it's much about him, does it? He don't look like he's got much about him. Okay, next question, guys. Apologies for any mispronunciation of the last name. Dylan Misalovic. How well do you think we will do next season? Good question.
Oh, it depends who we buy. Depends who we buy, and it depends how quickly we adapt to the new stadium.
Yeah, and how hungry the players are. Obviously, a lot at stake this year to stay up. Big emotional season. The fans are well behind it all year. Yeah, if we can go there really hungry and really appreciate the new stadium, who knows where we'll finish. Hopefully this is the start of the big things.
Yeah,
I really like the phrase sleeping giants.
yeah. Again, it depends what happens. If rumours are true and we do get that big cash injection, then you'd think sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be. I think it'll be a much tougher league next year. I can't see the likes of Man United, Chelsea having as poor seasons again.
No.
So it's going to be a tougher league next year, I think.
Guardiola will come in at Man City as well. And
Yeah, and who knows who will go to Man City. Lots of massive rumours about. Again, we answer this question every week, but I'm going to put it in again because it's a new fan and I like questions asked by new fans. Out of the 5 strikers linked with us, who would you want to sign? Benteke, Bonny, Lacazette, Bastiat or Ibrahimovic? Obviously,
Ibrahimovic, obviously.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, Ross, obviously, but we do answer the same question every week, but we do appreciate you asking questions, thanks. Ganvir Ulak. Do you think we'll win next week against Arsenal? Please give reasons. Obviously, we've covered it a little bit. I don't think we'll win Ganvir. What do you think, guys?
We all said a draw, didn't we? I think.
Yeah.
oh, my heart says a draw, but head says defeat, unfortunately.
Yeah. Definitely. Let's have a look here. Okay, again, we've covered this slightly, but what is your starting 11 for Arsenal, guys? That is from @irons_home.
One change for me, and that's Byram for Emeneki.
Antonio.
No, because
No,
Antonio
no.
play further up.
Oh, right, I get you, yeah. And yeah, for me, I wouldn't mind seeing Ginge go in, from my personal opinion.
For who?
For Ogbonna, I think. I'd like to see Reed and Collins perhaps play. They've got very good understanding with each other, played with each other for years. Another one from @irons_home. Thoughts about Payet's corners? Obviously, I assume...
They've not been great.
No,
No.
they're not. It's interesting.
No, they've not. They've not
It's-
been
how
great.
how
they're
can he
better-
take such a good free kick, but then his corners ain't amazing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe time to give Lanzini a go, Antonio maybe.
I think Cresswell could take a good corner, you know?
Yeah.
I think someone like that could take a really good corner. Yeah, so not great. Miss Stacey, again, about 300 questions, but we will answer them. First one, oh no, we've done that one. Which players do you think will leave in the summer apart from the ones we know about? We've covered that, Stacey, if you've seen that. Do you think someone will invest in the club and buy the remaining shares?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe not next season. Maybe the Sullivan and Gold will give it a year, 2 years, but it will definitely happen.
I
Surely.
think it's already done. I think maybe not a majority share like we said about Everton, similar. But I think it's already done. I really do. Apparently the stadium sponsor is done. Apparently that deal is done and finished, but it's not been announced.
Yeah, official.
So that maybe
Excuse me.
that hasn't been announced because that could be quite a big clue as to who could be putting the money in.
Very true, yeah.
So that'd be interesting to see when that's actually announced.
Another question from Miss Stacey. This is a good question actually because obviously it links into when we do the best and worsts. More for Lee really. Obviously he tours the grounds more. What is the best and worst ground you've ever been to and why?
For me, the worst stadium I've ever been to is probably Craven Cottage. Fulham.
I was going to say Craven Cottage.
Terrible stadium.
And in the same area, QPR is shocking.
If you want to add in the pre-season games like your Dagenham and Redbridge and places like
Well,
that.
if we're doing that, the ground I went to in Andorra.
Oh well, yeah.
Although I don't think it's fair really to include them. You know, when you look at like Fulham, who a Championship / Premier League, a top level club, is terrible. Their ground is awful.
Watford, when we played them in the Championship, Scott Parker's last game or last goal, I think that was shocking. Obviously, it's been rebuilt a bit now, but that was bad. Best grounds, Wembley Stadium.
I've got two. For reasons I'm not really sure, to be honest, but Old Trafford and Villa Park are my two favourite away
Old
grounds.
Trafford is a magnificent stadium, really is.
I'd agree with Old Trafford.
Yeah. What's the next one? What is our views on having B teams like they do in Europe? So, like a West Ham B team to fill in.
It's a good question. Difficult one to answer. I don't know.
Is that not?
I don't agree with it. The
Is
only
that
reason,
not like the under-21 league though?
yeah. See, I think they should they should bring back the reserve league because the problem with having B teams in the lower divisions is those teams can't be promoted. So they can't play in the same league as the main team.
Yeah, Barcelona's A team. Yeah.
Obviously that it works. I suppose you say it works in Spain but I don't think it'll work in England. I think can you imagine if you had, say, for example, you would end up with the Championship, the top 5 clubs in the Championship being Man City B team, Man United B team, Chelsea B team, but none of them teams could get promoted, and it'd make that league a bit of a farce. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it would. You're right.
I like the loan system we've got in this country.
I like the idea of an England B team coming back. I think that would be a good idea to bring the England B team back.
No, it should be something else to make us angry when I know our players get picked.
Yeah, to be fair. Last question from Stacey. Do you think there should be a cap on how many youth players you can have to stop clubs like Chelsea having 34 players out on loan? That's a very good question.
Again, that's a great idea.
I think, but better they be out on loan playing football than not.
Yeah, but they could be. I know what you're saying, but
then they're not playing against Chelsea. Like Ike's at is that how you pronounce it? Ike at Watford. They've got loads of players scattered around that can't actually play against them. Then.
Yeah, I don't really like that. They're basically hoarding the younger players, and them younger players, they can go out on loan and play, but where's their career ever going to go? How are they going to make their next step in their career? They're not going to go elsewhere for bigger contracts, etc. They're not going to be able to make their own career because they're just going to be being farmed out on loan every year.
No, I think it needs a rule change. I mean, other countries have it where you have to have a couple of homegrown players on the bench, for example. Otherwise it's just going to carry on being like that.
Yeah, that's all the questions, guys. Thanks
I've got one. I've got a fan question.
Yeah.
The answer to this for me is absolutely no chance whatsoever. Would you take a defeat against Leicester if it meant helping them winning the league apart from Tottenham?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I don't think there's a West Ham fan that wouldn't.
Yeah, let us know, guys, in the comments.
Well, there's one here.
Yeah, would you take us losing against Leicester to stop Tottenham winning the league?
So you wouldn't?
So you would rather Tottenham win the league then? Well,
no, but Leicester only have to win 4 games out of 7.
No, that's not what you said though. You said that we would
Well,
take.
would you say- yeah.
Well, you said that
Well,
we'd take a loss.
Let me word it a different way then. Okay, we play Leicester a week on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to lose?
No.
No, I don't want to lose, but
It's
if
a
it means
different
stopping
question.
Tottenham win the league, then
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
if
not
it-
going to stop Tottenham winning the league on that particular day, is
Well,
it?
then
In
it
the
doesn't
long-
matter, does it? Then you just say
Well,
no. If it's not going to
People
matter.
talk about it on Twitter. It is a genuine question. In
Well,
the
who
long run,
asked it?
If we lose to Leicester, it could
Yeah.
help them win the league apart from Tottenham. In the short run, it isn't going to make a difference.
Then the answer is no. I don't want to lose.
No, I don't want to lose.
If it's not
but
going to,
I'll
if it's not going to, if it's not going to make a difference. If the question was losing would stop Tottenham winning the title,
then yes.
then yes. What about that, Lee? So
All right, no. I know what the question is. Would you rather West Ham get in the top 4 or Tottenham win the league?
what? Would you rather West Ham get in the
I
top
get what
four?
he's saying. No, I
in the
get what
league?
he's saying. I get what he's saying. So by winning that game, West Ham can get to top 4 and keep them hopes alive.
Yeah,
But potentially Tottenham could go on and win the league.
yeah.
Then West Ham in the top 4.
Yeah. Yeah, if Tottenham win the league and we get top 4, so be it.
Yeah, who cares? Let them win the league. Who cares? We'll be in the Champions League. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that was fun.
I've got another apology to make by all accounts as well, because only 22 votes, but only one person has voted for Green.
Well,
Well, there you go, guys. End of the show. Thank you, guys. So Ludo is going to be our man that goes in. I've got a question for you guys, actually. Just coming as a fan. Let's pretend I'm a fan of the show. What's your call on Player of the Season, Premier League Player of the Season? Do you think he can go very close with that?
very close, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't think he'll win it because you've got the likes of basically half of Leicester's team.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, there's definitely
Harry Kane's been outstanding again. I hate
Kane
to
has
say
been
it.
outstanding.
Yeah, you can't argue the geezer has been outstanding.
You know, you look at the likes of Kane, obviously Vardy, the record-breaking goal scoring run that Vardy went on. Mara's been fantastic. Payet is definitely up there, but yeah, it's a
If
difficult
he hadn't
season.
missed that big chunk, I think we would have been higher
He's
up
on-
the league, and B, I think he could have won it.
He's on about, what's he on, 12, 13 goals? I think, yeah, if he didn't have missed that chance, he'd be well up there, nearly hitting like 18, possibly 20 goals he could have hit this year. Yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to put that out to see what you guys think of that. Right, so that's it, guys. That's all the questions. You got any questions, Paul, for us? As we've all done a question?
No, you're right. We've been arguing enough this week, so that's fine. No, I will say, obviously, I did release a video earlier, so check that out. But our podcast, including this one, will be on iTunes. Our podcasts are now on iTunes. So if you want to just listen to the audio only, make sure you go over to iTunes and subscribe to the podcasts. Thanks again.
I will be back with my preview and review for the Arsenal game this week. Lee will be back with his Crystal Palace mixed 11.
Hopefully.
Arsenal.
Last week.
Hopefully.
No, he is going to come back. If you don't know, guys, Lee does have a very, very busy job. So time he finds to make a video, it can clash with his week schedule. So hopefully he will do one for the Arsenal game because it is an interesting thing we're looking at. Paul's got some exciting ideas. Whether we actually release it this week, we don't know. It will definitely be more.
Yeah, I'm going to be aiming, basically starting a new series. I'm going to aim to get that started this week. So yeah, hopefully I'll have that this week as well.
Yeah, and
I've got a question actually for the viewers.
Yep.
To put in the comments. What do you want to see from us once the season ends and before the next one starts?
Yeah, give us some ideas. What do you want to see? Like cover the Euros, cover the transfer windows, etc., etc. Just before I forget, guys, massive thank you. Obviously, we hit 150 subscribers now, 164, I believe. Fantastic. Like I say, if we can hit 250 before the end of the season, fantastic achievement. Big shout outs to West Ham Banter page, sharing our stuff constantly and really getting us out there. Big thank you to all the people. Miss Stacey at Irons View. If you see it, Ryan Hadlow did tweet out his picture of the football that he's won. Obviously, we'll do prizes all the time. More subscribers we'll get, more prizes we'll give out. Big thank you. As always, guys, keep believing. Come on, you Irons. Let's go.
Cheers.